Kenneth G. Hasty Raw in 3, 2, 1.
Hi everybody, Kenneth G. Hasty here again. I'm here to talk with you about when and how to follow up in sales. If you haven't watched these videos before, it's my way of giving back. They're free. I just hope they help you. I've got a lot of years in sales, sales management, executive sales management, entrepreneurialism, etc. And it's my way of just sharing some things that hopefully will help you. And since I'm a business growth consultant, if you happen to need some consulting or know somebody that does, you can help me. So give me a call, or probably the easiest thing to do would be look me up at kennethghasty.com or send me an email at kennethghasty@gmail.com. All right, let's talk about this. When and how to follow up. Well, let's never forget a new customer, because what? They need to have a good customer experience, a good onboarding, or they may send it back, or they may tell people that they didn't have a good experience. So first off, following up with a new customer, when should we do that? We should do that right after we know they've taken possession of it. We should just follow up, say, hey, just while they're still emotionally involved, while they still, hopefully are liking it, and just reinforcing the sale. Hey, you made a great choice. Just checking in, make sure everything's working fine, and is there any way I can help you? Do you have any questions? And then they think, oh, how nice, that's great. And hopefully they don't go, no, I want to return it, but likely not. How about when you make a sales call and they didn't buy? That's probably the most often time we'll need to follow up. So I'll tell you kind of my formula, and consider this as you're trying to continue the communication with them to get them to buy. Well, first off, at the sales call, a lot of times I will at least get them to ask me, or I can volunteer, let me send you a little more information on that, especially if they've showed some interest in something specific. And so then I'll, email it or mail it or whatever, just get it to them right away. Even bring it back by the office if I've got it somewhere, or if I can get it. So requested information immediately. The sooner the better. It shows your service. Now 2 to 3 days after that, then you want to follow up. It's an excuse to follow up, which is great. You follow up and say, hey, I just want to make sure you got that information I promised you. And I sent it out, but just want to make sure you got it. Oh, yes, I did. Thank you. Okay, great. And then, you might do some trial closes. You might not. You may just, you may be talking to the secretary and say, okay, great. Tell them I'll get in touch soon, Then 3 to 5 days out, I change gears. This is going to sound weird to a lot of you. When I've met with them and I've looked around their office, or I've talked with them, or I've researched them on the internet, what have you, I can usually figure out what their interests are, or something, hobbies. And maybe it's a sports team, maybe it's whatever it may be. Maybe it's equestrians, And so I'll search and I'll find some kind of a recent relevant article regarding that, and I'll forward it to them, and I'll say, hey, I was just thinking of you. I saw this article here. You might have already read it, but if not, here you go. Hope you like it. Not a peep about trying to sell them anything. I know, right? Not a peep. Now what does that do? That people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So that's showing that I care. Now it's establishing kind of an emotional bond, hopefully, between us, right? So then when I come back 5 to 7 days later and I send some reinforcements, and those might be in testimonials from people, some research, anything like that, just to say, hey, here's a little more information for you while you're making your decision, At that time, I'm still not squeezing them or pressuring them to buy, if they've decided not to already. Then 7 to 10 days later, I usually make a phone call. Call back and say, hey, I just follow it up, make sure you got everything that I sent you, see if you had a chance to make a decision yet. And then hopefully they say, yes, thanks for calling, I'm ready to buy. But they don't always, right? Sometimes I'll just say, see if you're ready to get back with me, and they'll stall me on that or whatever. I'll say, then try to get another appointment set up. Well, how about if I come in on da-da-da? How about if I call you on da-da-da? Or what have you? Try to get an appointment, because you're more likely to get back through, and it shows they're still interested. Because no means not yet. And then I would go with ongoing kind of drip emails, just on a regular cycle, just following up. Hey, just follow it up, see how you're doing, see if you had a chance to make a decision yet. got any questions, give me a call, yada, yada, okay? Do those kind of routinely. And then after that, every 12 weeks or so, then I'd probably touch base until I got an answer one way or the other. No or yes. But the drip emails, nowadays, if you have a good CRM, you can automate all that. So you lay out the emails in advance up to even 2 years, well, even more if you want, but 2 years is probably plenty. And you write the personal emails, and then you've got a system that just 24/7, it knows when to send it, never forgets. You might be in Aruba drinking Mai Tais, but they feel like you're taking good care of them. So if you want to learn more about that, get a hold of me, KennethGHasty.com or KennethGHasty@gmail.com, and I share a little ideas with you on that. So meanwhile, know when and how to follow up. Hopefully this was helpful to you, because almost always the sales are in the follow-up. And it depends on whose information you're reading, what research, but oftentimes people don't buy until at least the 8th communication. Most people give up after the 2nd or 3rd. So stay in there, keep trying. No means not yet. And happy selling. So until we see you again, hopefully see you tomorrow. Kenneth G. Hasty, signing off. Take care.